It's Friday. We're gonna talk about what's sold. Yeah, it's Friday. I hope you sold something too. Yes, I really, really do. It's Friday. All right, hello. It is Friday. We have some thunder happening, so I'm sorry if that interrupts, but I had a couple of really loud ones and it was a little scary, but we must go, the show must go on. It is Friday, so we're going to talk about what sold on my eBay store this week. And I think we are definitely in the summer slump, but I had some really good sales that were, nice dollar amounts that I'm making up for it with the quality versus the quantity. So I'm happy about that. So let's get going. I am going to tell you what the item is, how much I paid for it, how much it sold for, and then how much the net profit is after we back out the fees and the cost of goods. And then finally, how long it took for it to sell. This is to help us all decide if these are things that we want in our eBay stores. So starting right out with a good one. This is, I don't think this was in a video, but I purchased at a yard sale 2 huge bags of really fancy yarn. I spent $60 on the 2 bags. There ended up being enough skeins, so I think each skein, they're not skeins, they're called hanks. That's one thing I learned about fancy yarn. Each hank was then 67 cents. So this first one is it's a kit actually, so you could make this vest. There were instructions. It was by the company called Prism. Beautiful colored yarn, absolutely beautiful. There are 6 hanks in this lot. So I am in this one for $4.02 and it sold for $70. Started out with the yarn with a bang. I love it. My profit was $55.77 and it took 2 days for that to sell. I mean, some of these hanks, they had the original price tags on them and they're like $30 a hank. I had no idea. No idea. Basically, I went through the stash and we picked out all the ones that were cashmere, yak, got some yak, and what's the other? Alpaca. There's some really good things in there. And some of them were blends. Oh, there was even some that were just like raw silk. So I'm learning about yarn. That's what I'm doing right now. All right, now next up here, this is a belt. It wasn't Brighton, but it was Brighton style. And it was like a braided leather lasso belt. That's my best way to describe that. I got it for $5.40. It sold for $32, and that gave me $21.54, and that took 3 months to sell. Okay, now this one was in my death pile for the longest time, basically because I just wasn't sure about it. This was given to me by another picker. His name was Vince. Not sure if you're watching. If you are, hi Vince. It sold, finally, because I got it listed. This is a vintage Sinclair ZX81 computer. You see the little blocks on the bottom, those are little memory blocks, had the original power cord and the computer unit, but I absolutely had no way to test it. So I was just a little afraid. But finally, when I checked it out again, these sell all the time, untested. So I sold mine untested, got it for $25. It sold for $125. And that gave me $81.92. And it only took 4 days to sell. So just imagine if I would have listed this when I got it, that would have been some good quick money, but it's okay. I have it now. This is good. All right, now next up, you saw me grab this guy at a church sale. It's kind of hard to tell by the picture, but it's a blown glass whale with a cute little Jonah in the middle. And it was just absolutely beautiful. I got it for just $1 and it surprised me. I thought it would maybe be like a $20, $25 item. But no, this one went for $39 and that, I lost my place, gives me $31.82. And it only took 2 weeks for that to sell. You should see me wrapping it up. Ooh, Jonah, be safe. Keep you good. Alrighty, now, more Rena ware pots. Remember, I was finding these left and right. I think I'm down to just 3 pots. This one is a 7 1/4 inch skillet with a lid. I got it for $3. It sold for $23, and that gave me $15.71, and it just took 2 weeks for that one. All right, another clothing item here. This was a real pretty Chico's sheer open front. You can't really call it a cardigan. Layering piece, if you will. This one I got for $2.22, and I have had it for a while. So I took an offer for $15 on it, and that gave me $10.15, and it took 4 months. I guess I didn't have it that long. Yeah, 4 months for that one to sell. I don't think that calculation is right on that date. No. No, I listed this reading my code here on the on March 2nd of 2024, not of 25. So I have had this for a year and 4 months, and it sold. So moving on, this is that Pioneer radio face that I picked up not too long ago. It's the face for a car radio in the 90s. That was a real big thing. I think I had the same model in my car. So this guy, let's see, I paid $2.95 for it. It sold for $23, and that gave me $16.16, and it took 1 month for that. So I would pick that up again. That was some good quick money. Not a huge amount, but you know. All right, this one I think was a mistake. I got this at a yard sale last year. It is the Heritage Mint Limited Edition USS Constitution model. And honestly, the only reason why I bought it is that my uncle was in the Navy, and he did part of his time, you know, in the service on the Constitution, giving tours and letting people know where things were. So it caught my eye. And anyway, I got it for $10, and it sold for just $30. I really thought this was going to be a $50 or $60 item, but it just wasn't. So I'm glad I sold it. It did go for $30, and that gave me $14.79. And I've been looking at that thing for a year. So I'm excited for someone else to get it and be happy to, you know, display it and love it. All right. Sorry, I lost my mind for a second there. Anyway, this is a vintage brass whale-shaped door knocker. We're kind of in a nautical and whale theme this week. It seems like this whale does not have Jonah in it. This is a door knocker. I got it for $2. It sold for $19, and that gave me $13.23, and it took 6 months for that one to sell. I am, since we are kind of in that slump right now, I am taking offers because I'd rather have money coming in. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to give things away, but, you know, if somebody sends me a reasonable offer, I'm probably going to take it right now until things pick back up. But I mean, things are good. All right, now this pair of shoes, the brand is called Icon, and they adorn their shoes with famous artworks. And this one was a Hieronymus Bosch painting. They were very cool. And I did try them on. They're my size. I almost kept them, but I need more arch support. So you got to just accept those things as they come. But these are very cute. Hardly any wear to them at all. I'm sure the gal who's getting them is going to be real happy. They were just $6 for me, and they sold for $50, giving me $36.20, and they only took a month to sell. All right, this was a cutie here. This is the artist is Windblad, and it's from Denmark. It's a little candle holder. It's probably just about this big, and that one I got for $2, sold for $27, and that gave me $20.39, and it took 4 months for that one to sell. And that actually kind of turned me on to the Windblad stuff. If you haven't looked at it, like search on eBay and you'll see all the things that are available. The coolest vases and pottery type of things. And it's just cool. Look it up. Windblad. Check it out. My hero just walked in. Hold on just 1 second. I am going to be right back. Here I am. All right. Now next up, it's a vintage metal. It was like a heavy metal, but I couldn't identify what the metal was. It was just painted green. It's not a patina on there. But it was a real neat pillar candle holder. Picked it up for $1, and that one sold for $20, and that gave me $15.30, and it took 6 months for that one to sell. All right, now I dipped into some golf clubs recently, and I'm just not sure this is my thing. There's money to be made with golf clubs, but I just don't know enough about them. So but this one did sell, and so I'm happy about that. I got it for, it's a Nike VRS Convert Tour Flex. I mean, all I can do is go off of what's on the side, which is nice because they are marked, and I did some research on the computer, of course. And and that is that. It's sold, so I'm happy. I got it for $3. It sold for $48, and that gave me $37.20, and it took 3 months for that one to go. We had the perfect box and everything, so that was nice. All right, here's more yarn for Hanks this time. For Hank. The brand was called Malabrigo, and it's a hand-dyed merino wool. Beautiful colors. This one was really pretty. So I am into these for $2.68. They sold for $63, and that gave me $51.23, and that one just took 5 days to sell. So yay for the yarn. I'm in the profit now for all of it, and I have a ton left. So if you need yarn, I'm your girl. Alrighty, now this is a yard sale find. And actually I listed it immediately and it sold real quick too. So this was good. This is the Melissa and Doug Fold and Play Castle set. And this is a retired wood toy. It came with some of the figures, a couple of horses, and then a little bit of furniture too. Really neat. I got it for $5. It sold for $70, which really surprised me, but it's the fact that it was a retired one, which I didn't even know when I picked it up. So I feel a little lucky on this one. Sold for $70, and that gave me $53.55, and that took 2 weeks to sell. Okay, so here's some boots. These boots were $5. Brand new. Cabela's, waterproof, thinsulate, camouflage, the whole gamut of good things with these. I couldn't believe it when I was at the yard sale and she said, oh, $5. Okay, I'll take them. I got those and a pair of Timberland steel toe work boots, brand new. So this was a great sale. Got them for $5. They sold for $60, and that gave me $45.38, and those took 5 weeks to go. Tifosi sunglasses. I believe I showed you these. Little pink pair of sunglasses. The style was called Wisp, and it had 2 extra lenses because you can trade them out. The original case and the instructions in there. I got these for just $1. They sold for $25, and that gave me $19.85, and those just took 2 weeks to sell. So that was really good. We'll now be looking for Tifosi as well. Okay, now this cookie jar, it does have the box, but it wasn't new, and that's okay. I listed it as pre-owned, but in excellent condition, barely had any use to it. So it's a Talavera, hand-painted cookie jar, biscuit tin, whatever you like to call it. This one I had a heck of a time getting it shipped and in the box. I mean, it was like Lucy Makes a Box episode kind of thing, but I got it done, got it shipped out. This one I paid just 96 cents for. It was kind of a while back now, but we bought so much stuff and then I just divided it. So each item ended up being 96 cents. So that was a really fun sale. We got a ton of things. But this one sold for $30, gave me $23.31, and that took 4 months to sell. Right, here's a pair of festival pants. The brand is called Mushrooms, and those I paid $2.42 for. They sold for $25, and that gave me $18.85, and those actually took a year minus 1 day to sell. I've been looking at those, so I hope somebody's going to wear them somewhere really cool to a festival. Yes. All right, this next one here, I'm actually about to ship it out, so I do want to show you in person because this is a rather unassuming little thing, and I really don't want to break it holding it up here either. But if you look at the size of it, you might just overlook this, but it does have the nice little wood base. In here is just the paper telling you about it when the gal bought it. But if you look at this, I can't really see it in the video, but you can actually kind of see through it. And this is, some people call it spinach jade, very thin. Yeah, I can see through it with the light from my angle. I don't know how I can make that happen for you, but just delicate and small. And I just went with my gut on it. We paid $4 for that little bowl, and it sold for $75. Now that one, let's see, my profit is $60.14, and I only had it listed for 3 months. And I woke up this morning and said, oh, you made a sale last night. $75, I'll take it. Okay, so next up, this is a soft surroundings, just kind of a tunic blouse. It had a crocheted edge at the bottom. Real pretty. I'm starting to just kind of have a weird relationship with soft surroundings. I always love it. It never sells for as much as I think it should, but it usually sells at some point. So I do like picking it up. So anyway, this one I paid $3.50 for, sold for $20, and that gave me $13, and it took 7 months for that to sell. Okay, now our last item here. This is the brand is called Falorni Italia, La Borse. Did my best. Anyway, it was the softest leather I ever felt in my life. Beautiful purse. I got it at a yard sale for $10 last summer. Yeah, it took 13 months for this bag to sell. And I just thought it was going to fly out. It was gorgeous. I didn't have a signal to look up while I was there, so I went with my gut. It has finally sold for $50, and that gave me $32.20 in my pocket, and it took 13 months for that to sell. Yes, that was not horrible. Certainly it could have been worse, but like I said, I just kind of thought it would be more. There's a lot of things like that out there in the world, and which when you go to yard sales too, the people that are selling, they also feel like that should be worth, and so they mark their prices high, and that is, that's just how our brains work sometimes if you like something a lot. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna cut it off. That is it for this video. I hope you can get out there this weekend and find some treasure. I am actually going to be hosting a yard sale for my sister-in-law. I'm helping her out, so I'm going to be real busy for the next 2 days. I'm going to be hot and tired and yeah, wish me luck, and you get out there and find something good for me. And I will see you on Monday. I will have a sourcing video because we did do some sourcing yesterday and a little bit this morning too. Actually, Jonathan went to an estate sale without me, and you're going to get to see what he picked up on his own. I haven't even seen his footage yet, but of course I saw what he purchased. We did a little video of him showing me what he got. So it was pretty good. He did a good job. Yeah. So look forward to that on Monday. Thank you for watching today.